Yo, 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 it's the Shi-Fi podcast, episode 29. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm by myself, man. I'm by myself today. No, none of my friends wanted to join. I don't know. Maybe they're all busy with life and school, and I get it. I get it. But, you know, yeah, whatever. All right. Let me Um, all right, let me get this going. All right, episode 29. Let me time. Forgot to okay. Episode 29. I haven't recorded a podcast in so long. Just things started to happen, and now I've been wanting to. The goal was always to have a podcast, average a podcast a week. So now I didn't do one for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna Now, if you do the math, I'm going to do to catch up. I'm going to do two podcasts this week and next week, and then I'll be back on track. Um, so this is definitely, I just want to catch up, and it's all good. What is it? Shout out to all y'all, Spotify, Apple. Um, we're gaining traction a little bit. I can see a little traction for some reason. I don't know where it's coming from. It might be bots out there that are watching my videos and listening. But hey, I'll take the bots. I will gladly take the bots. Um 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 what else? Alright. Did everything. Okay. What's there to talk about? What's there to talk about? Since I am a Drake correspondent, I'm gonna talk about what just kind of happened in the last like hour or so. Um, so Drake's dad, Dennis Graham, um, went to for some reason Nick Cannon has a podcast and said, well, Drake's dad was asked about why how he feels about Drake rapping about the absent father things and that whole persona, And Drake's dad said, "I said, Drake, why are you saying all this different stuff about me, man? Like this is not cool." He goes, "Dad," or Drake says, "Dad, it sells records." Now, um, um, uh, I have no idea. I have no idea what to make of this. It's so. And then Pusha, what is it? Pusha T tweeted, what's that emoji? Like that, I don't know what to call it. The like constipated emoji, but so whatever that is. Um, Now, what do I think about this? Well, if Drake embellished it a little bit, then whoop de doo. Every musician embellishes their little story here and there. But the whole, I mean, it's been pretty the narrative that Drake didn't grow up with his dad. Like that's very true. And when Drake was coming up, his dad was in Memphis. Drake's mom was in Toronto. Drake was in Toronto, so it's just a bunch of this hullabaloo. Um, my conspiracy is that uh, this is all for show, and Drake's gonna release a single on Friday or something. Um, that's what I think might be happening. But I'm siding with Drake on this. It's always been the musician mentality to like, oh, I grew up without my dad. Well, he he kind of did. So I don't know what to make of this. So it's just kind of boring. But yeah. And what's in, so Travis Scott gets thrown into this a lot because um, I don't know the story behind this. Travis Scott's dad has always been there for Travis, but Travis always kind of been like, no, I don't need you in my life. It was like reverse. And a lot of people will theorize that Travis is trying to like build up that uh, stereotype of being a rapper that didn't grow up without his dad, or didn't grow up with his dad, and so it's like, oh, it's me against the world, blah 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 blah. Um, it's cool. It's like I don't. Yeah, so the Drake thing was way crazy, and it's only it's big because it's Drake, and he's always um, he's easily you can easily make fun of him and stuff like that, and whatever. I mean, the his dad was in another country, so you know that's just in perspective. Speaking of Drake being made fun of, I just thought of this. So I've been telling people around my top 8 rapper list. It's been coming up a lot for some reason. Um, maybe with me just making music and all that. Oh, who are your GOAT rappers of all time? And I confidently say, I 100% confidently say Drake is the GOAT rapper. Everybody freaks out when I say that. They just lose their mind when I say that. I don't know why. It reminds me of when I was on the LeBron GOAT train, um, like before 2016. I was saying LeBron was the greatest player of all time after 2015. I easily said LeBron was the greatest after the 2015 NBA Finals. Um, and before that, I was saying he's going to surpass MJ easily. Um, and so, you know, before 2016, when I said that, people would freak out. They would just be like, "What is wrong with you?" And so, and then after 2016, the last couple of years, people have been like, "Okay, LeBron, he might be the GOAT, whatever." You know, you're right, Shiloh. So when I say Drake is the GOAT rapper, I 100% mean it because he's been dominating the rap world for the last 10 years. When he drops a song, everybody stops what they're doing and listens to it. I will never forget being at a party in January 2018, being at a back to school party, and Drake dropped a song. We stopped the party. I wouldn't even personally do that. I would be like, all right, let me listen to this later. We're at a party. But the host of the party and like 10 other people were like, yo, we're stopping this party and we're all gonna listen to this song. It was God's plan. Seeing that really just like resonated with me. I have never seen a party stop just because of a musician dropping a rap song. After that, I was like, it's so obvious that Drake's the GOAT. And I think it's a lot of it's people either say, interesting, or dude. And so my top 8 list is Drake, number 1, Jay-Z, number 2, number 3 I have Biggie, 4 I have Eminem, 5 I have Tupac, 6 I have Kanye, 7 I have Kendrick, and 8 I have Lil Wayne. That is a solid list, in my opinion. That is a amazing list. A lot of people bring up Eminem. I've noticed they put him like top 3. A lot of people put Tupac and Biggie in their top 3. And it's just like, I get the love affair. Everybody's just in love with them. But people need to slow down and realize that they didn't make much music. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, I don't want to get in trouble with Suge. But uh, and this is the whole thing about Drake. Everybody brings up, oh, he's been rapping about the same thing. He's had the same style. I'm like, yo, nothing was the same. Sounds like If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Those are the most different rap albums ever. So I've just been saying this because Drake has been dominating so long. He was too old to be on the double XL list, freshman list. And people will say, oh, Kendrick and J. Cole are better than Drake all time. I'm like, Drake has like 4 more years on Kendrick and Cole. And everybody's like, oh, but Drake didn't start from the bottom. He grew up rich. I'm like, no, he tried out for Degrassi and then bought his mom a house in high school. That's pretty that's pretty it's pretty baller at 17. And I hate that I just used the word baller. But so yeah, I'm not mad if you put Jay-Z at number 1. I'm not mad if you put Biggie number 1. I'm not mad if you put Eminem number 1. Whatever. Have fun. Tupac number 1. Sure, have fun. But after that, those are the 5. After that, I'm like, yo, let's slow down. The most potential I see, though, the one I'm like, I think he could be top 3 in 5 to 10 years is Kanye. Kanye is the genius of this generation. And the fact that Kanye is still releasing amazing records after all these years shows a lot. The reason I don't respect Eminem like crazy amount, like compared to like the Eminem stands, is that Eminem, he hasn't done anything since 2012. His last 3 albums, I've thrown in the trash. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. Eminem just needs to update his lyrics. Lil Wayne's about to go through the same thing, I think, that Eminem. And Lil Wayne's, he's my childhood rapper. People need to update their lyrics. You can't use the same style lyricism as 5 years ago. That's why I wasn't really like a huge fan of the Carter 5, because some of those songs were made, and you can clearly hear that some of those songs were made 3 to 4 years ago. Just with the weird references and like, oh, I haven't thought about that since like 2015. Another thing, and all that mess. So that's my top 8. Top 8: Drake, Jay-Z, Biggie, Eminem, Tupac, Kanye, Kendrick, Lil Wayne. And I'm predicting Drake in the next 3 to 5 years, Drake's gonna release a Jay-Z 444 type of album where it's gonna be like, oh, this is different and like vulnerable, like a different kind of vulnerable, more like a more mature vulnerable. So I think Drake's got one more classic in him. And these lists too, I always say, especially when people my age like put Jay or they put Tupac and Biggie in their top three. I'm always like, yo, name 3 songs from each person, and they're always like, okay. And Tupac is always like changes, Dear Mama, and California Love. You see, and it's just like I was like, you were struggling to name 3 songs from your third best rapper of all time. So that's my list. Come argue with me if you're mad. I love talking about this. I love talking about I love ranking rappers. I love it. So please come join the podcast. I will happily have your opinion. So the Drake's dad thing, of course, blah blah blah. It's kind of I just think it's a 90% lie, meaning Drake's dad's lying, and you never know, Drake might be embellishing it a little bit, like very little. Nothing like super wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to exaggerate a story 1 to 2% to make it even better. What was I gonna say? So that's enough about Drake. It's been 15 minutes. I was gonna say. I wanted to talk about this stupid TV show. Oh my gosh, it is the most annoying TV show I've ever seen, and I haven't seen a whole episode. I've seen maybe 20 minutes and a lot of commercials. It's that show called The Masked Singer. Call me crazy, but I have no motivation to watch that show. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, yo, being a judge on that show, you're wanting me to guess a random celebrity in some rat costume for a game? It could be freaking. It could be just like any celebrity in the world, and the judges have to like listen and be like, "Oh, that sounds like an NBA player. Oh no, that sounds like a movie star. A movie star would have that type of voice." I'm like, "Shut up!" Oh my goodness. The commercial that like triggered me so bad. It was when it first came out. What's the dude's name? Ken Jeong. That dude, the doctor actor that he's an actual doctor. He's from Community, The Hangover, and all that. He's a judge on this show. So this was like a couple years ago. Okay, remember? Okay, Antonio Brown. Okay, he wasn't super relevant 2 years ago. Like, meaning a normal person walking down the street in Hollywood would not recognize him. Now he's recognizable because of the whole ruckus the last 6 months or so. So this was back when Antonio Brown was just some kind of random person, you know. So you expect me to believe that Ken Jeong, Jenna McCarthy, Robin Thicke is going to listen to somebody in a giraffe costume and be like, yo, that's Antonio Brown. It's so stupid. Like, can you give hints? Like, can you be like, oh, I think they actually do give hints, actually. But, and oh my goodness, they act so surprised that, oh, Antonio Brown was under there? Oh my gosh. Can you believe that, Jenna? Robin, I cannot believe Antonio. Dude, this is the whole point of the show. Be like, oh, okay, interesting. Have that expression. Don't lose your mind because it wasn't the one person out of the 1,000 options that you could choose from. Don't be like, oh, I was so close. Like, no, you weren't close, dude. You weren't. You weren't close. It's just such a stupid show. It's just so stupid. So, I can't tell you how stupid it is. Um, that's it. That's it. I don't even know what else to talk about with that show because it's just there's just way too many people going on. There needs to be a more of a niche. Like, oh, this is the sports. This is the NBA version. This person play, and I think they do give hints, but that's not fun. Like, still, you're not gonna guess it. Oh, this person plays in the NFL. Oh, he actually plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, he's actually a receiver for the Pittsburgh, and it's like, okay, now it's obvious. Okay, it's like, it's just, it's so weird. It's so weird. I, I don't even know. Um, I'm gonna try to get different topic. I'm gonna try to get Kid Quill on the show. We'll see if that happens. I'm gonna tweet him and be like, "Yo." Well, a couple of my friends, people in the co-hosts of this episode of this podcast, John and David went to a show, and I was like, he's small enough to where he might tweet me back and be like, I'll be like, "Yo, a couple of my co-hosts love your music. Come through." I want to hear his top 8 rapper list. That would be interesting. I bet it's gonna be like Jay-Z #1. All right. Oh, and I've been noticing all these people with their little podcasts, just like me. You know, just like me. Be different. Let's all be different. Being a small, let us small podcasters. Let's be different. Let's be efficient. Let's not be basic. Let's be responsible. If you're just now starting podcasts, don't make a 2-hour podcast. I'm not going to listen to 2 hours. I don't even listen to 2 hours of myself. I barely listen to my own podcasts. And so I've noticed that. I've noticed people not having their podcasts on like all the platforms. Like especially YouTube. Put your podcast on YouTube. Like it's the biggest platform of entertainment. Like have it on Spotify, have it on Apple, put it on YouTube. SoundCloud, don't put it on SoundCloud. We're done with SoundCloud. I mean that's all I had to get on my chest. But um But if there's anything about me that bothers y'all, please let me know. I take criticism very harshly, but very efficiently. Okay. Um, Tekashi, that whole thing has been crazy. What else? Tekashi. He's an undercover fed. Undercover fed. I'm fully 100%. I fully know he's a undercover fed. Everything he's done the last couple of years, it all makes sense. I remember the whole Chicago thing. He went there a couple times, unarmed, nothing, with like a friend in air quotes if you're listening, and this is in the middle of like Chicago's worst area, and he was like, "Yo, I'll be in your hood, come through," and no one came through, of course, like those two times, and it's like, hmm, what if people did come through and police trapped? It was a trap, and there's pictures, there's reports of 6ix9ine also being a Crip. So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things, and he's snitching so much. Um, but uh, but yeah, okay. So 6ix9ine has photos of him being a Crip. He was supposed to be a Blood. You can't just transfer gangs like that, like if it was schools. If you're a real person in a gang and a Blood and a Crip, blah blah blah, you're about it. Like, and you don't. And what was the whole thing about him not wanting um, witness protection? Are you crazy? Not wanting witness protection after you just snitched on the whole street. No, he's got some undercover feds. Easy. And there's also stories about his music video, that first one, I think Gummo, and that's the whole video with he's got like 1,000 Bloods in the background. There are reliable sources saying all those Bloods were fake and that he paid them to be in the video. What? Yo, so he's an undercover fed. It's obvious. There's too much weird things going on for him not to be undercover fed. And that is the end of the story. So, um, yeah, so he's an undercover fed. You can't tell me different. And yeah, so I wonder what everybody else thinks. I wonder what all my friends think about Tekashi. But that story's been dragged through the mud, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I want to wrap this podcast around, or wrap this podcast up. All right, shout outs and song of the week. It's gonna be funny with me doing like two songs of the week's two songs and the song of the week segment since I'm doing like 2 episodes this week and next week. This song, I gotta do song of the week first. Wait, there's a song, man. I heard it at this bar last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and when you hear a song, you're like, what in the world is this song? And why is it being played in a bar? Well, I'll tell you which song gave me that expression. I don't know. I don't really know how to pronounce the artist's name. The song is called Uno, and I think the artist's name is Ambjaay, Ambjaay. Don't know much about him, but for some reason the song was just at this bar, and the lyrics are funny. I gotta look this up. The first line of the chorus is Uno, dos. Wait. Just imagine you're at a bar, got a drink in your hand. It's midnight, and you just hear like this trap beat, or like this trap Hispanic beat. You know, like you're like, wait, am I in a Latin bar or a Latin club? You know, but nah, that's a rap song. The hook, first line of the hook. Uno, dos, tres. Wait, uno, dos, no tres, shiatato. I was like, whoa, what is this song? And he goes on further to say, still getting queso like nachos. What is going on? I was like, yo, I have to hear this song in my car when we leave this bar ASAP. ASAP. Because that is hilariously fire. I've never heard of a song like that. It stopped me in my tracks at the bar. It was so hilarious. Yeah, it's a funny song. It's a great song. So I'm gonna go. That's my song of the week, and take it as you want it. Take it or leave it. All right, shout outs. Shout out to. I had a shout out in mind actually. What was it? What was the shout out? I'm so dumb. What is this? Um, Man, I just blanked out on the shout out. Shout out to my friends. Wait, yeah. Shout out to my friends. I don't know. Shout out to all the people that have welcomed me at Texas Tech University. I appreciate all of y'all. For real. No lying. Um, yeah, so that's about it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I just ate 10 tacos and I need to go bathroom, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. And yeah, I really gotta go bathroom. Have a good day. See you on a couple days for another podcast. Or if I mess around, maybe next week, early next week. I don't know. But one podcast down. This has been episode 29. The next one, with the big 3-0. The big 3-0. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Good tidings and farewell. Peace.